morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. Good to have you with us. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Laura, I wanted to start today talking about an event that happened this past weekend, the taxidermy showcase and competition. That was a wonderful event, wasn't it?
It was a great event, and each year this event is growing, so that's exciting. This was their third year at the Kovalchik Complex, and this group has found a new home. Everybody, Marianne and her team there at the KCAC are very welcoming and accommodating. This group used to meet in Seven Springs, and they were looking for a new location. Mm-hmm. So Indiana County is it. They're coming back next year. But organizers were pleased with the attendance to their outdoor sportsman show on Saturday, like 600 or so. Kids were free, so they have to count the paying guests. But it's double what it was last year, so that's a good sign. And word is spreading. We're helping to market that specific event. So, and it's marketed across the state and even beyond, because we'll share that information on different online platforms that help us get the word out.
Yeah. And getting kids there is a real key part of it, isn't it?
It is, because then it develops their interest. You know, this is a big area for hunting, a lot of enthusiasts, and they're looking to preserve what they hunted.
Yeah.
But this year they had close to 60 vendors, so the whole bottom first floor of the KCAC had vendors, and then on the second floor as well. And it was a unique view to be able to look down over at the taxidermy arena where all the artwork was on display. And so I think it just was a good event and is creating some more interest.
Yeah, great show, great venue too.
Great venue.
They really did a nice job on it. So that was one thing, but that's just one of many things that highlight what Indiana County has to offer and what you promote. Going out to events such as you had the bus marketplace thing going on, the bus tours.
That was just this week, Monday and Tuesday. So group tour market has been still in a state of recovery, you know, with that thing that happened a couple years ago. We weren't seeing people traveling like they used to.
She's meaning pandemic, boys and girls. She doesn't even want to say it. It's a dirty word.
Call it what you will, but it impacted all of us, no doubt. And so there's been some chatter among my DMO cohorts. Is group tour ever going to come back the way it was? We don't know, but there are some folks who are still looking to travel and explore. It seems like the interest is more of an experience, not just, going and experiencing an attraction, but also making it a memory, and certainly families. At any rate, the last travel show that we attended from the Tourist Bureau was 2020, in fact, and it was in Heartland, which was out in Indiana, the state of. And at the end of that show was when everything was shutting down. I was on the airplane coming home. What is going on?
Sure.
But I digress. So we haven't marketed at group shows since then. This week, we had an opportunity to go to the Pennsylvania Bus Association Marketplace. So this is for the state of Pennsylvania, motor coach operators. And motor coach operators have a following of group tour leaders. So this was an opportunity to meet directly with the motor coach operators. And there were probably 40 or so of them not quite that many in attendance, but they brought with them group leaders. And so together they worked to create these tour itineraries for folks to go and visit different areas. And many of the audience are senior citizens who have time and resources to do these bus trips. I would say 85 to 90% are just looking for day trips. But there are some out there that are looking for overnight trips. Those are the ones that I want to focus on.
Sure.
Because we want them to come and stay over and spend more than just one day in our county. But hey, we'll take one day.
Yeah.
It's a busy show. And so I asked Janie McCurgan, president of the Jimmy Stewart Museum, to accompany me. So the two of us were very busy meeting and talking with these operators, with these group leaders, sharing all of the information that we have about what to do here in Indiana County. And since we hadn't been there for a couple years, we really created a buzz, so to speak.
Nice.
And then you mentioned the name of Jimmy Stewart, and the folks just go, "Oh!" You know, they were very pleased to hear. You know, it's amazing to me. We're so used to hearing about Jimmy Stewart, but you talk to folks from around the area, beyond our area, they don't realize that this was his boyhood home. So it's new information for them, and that's what they're looking for, is something new to go and do.
I would guess as well that our proximity to Pittsburgh and the surrounding area gives us the opportunity as well to maybe combine efforts with other organizations, and part of a trip can be a stop in Indiana County for a day, and then on to Pittsburgh, or vice versa, and there are some real opportunities there.
You're absolutely correct, and that's what we do is, and the shows like this give us that opportunity to build those relationships, those partnerships beyond our county borders. So we get to talk with the folks in Pittsburgh and create these trails, so to speak. So we're working on a itinerary for movie star museums, just for an example. But also, we like to market Indiana as a hub. Okay, come and stay in our county. Go to Pittsburgh. Check out the Carnegie Museum or Andy Warhol Museum if that's something of interest to you. But you can also go to Flight 93 Memorial. It's not that far, and you can stay in Indiana, eat and shop in our boutiques, and have a nice overnight stay, and then visit Punxsutawney Phil or meet his handlers,
Meet his two kids now. Did you hear?
Oh, I did hear something about.
Yeah, they went to check on Punxsutawney Phil the other day, and he and his wife Philomena, they now have two kids. They just discovered them.
Oh my goodness!
It's the first time in 138 years that Phil's had kids.
Wow, talk about a late bloomer.
He is virile. But people can do that, and they can stay here in Indiana County.
Yes, they can.
No.
And we really enjoy helping these group tour leaders or these motor coach operators develop itineraries that are customized to what their interests are.
Yeah.
We have Smicksburg, Amish community. We have Blairsville with the rich Underground Railroad history and the sculptures. We have a really great artisan community, so live music, live entertainment.
Yeah. We also in Indiana County have a great trail system.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ghost Town Trail actually got mentioned in a couple of publications lately, too.
It sure did. We often, every month we submit articles and information about our assets here in Indiana County to online platforms. And one of them is the Visit PA, which is the Pennsylvania Tourism website. And they have a weekly or a monthly newsletter called Happy Thoughts, and they have a list of topics each month. If we have something that fits that topic, then we certainly get our information into their hands. Now, they pick and choose what they publish, but you're absolutely right, because just recently, Ghost Town Trail was highlighted on the best PA hiking trails for spring wildflowers. Also, it was paths to explore, so there's a lot of different opportunities to get our word out, not just in person, but online and with our social media platforms.
Yeah. Only a few minutes left with Laura Herrington from the Tourist Bureau, and some other things to talk about this morning, including got a new brochure for seasonal events, right?
It's coming out pretty soon. I want to thank. We have an IUP intern in our office this semester, Kirsten Svichak, and she is just really a great helper in our office. She's a marketing intern major, and so she's learning all about the behind-the-scenes work that we do at the Tourist Bureau, and she really has helped with compiling events, there are so many, that this new brochure will only cover April and May because we have so many events to put on there. But, yep, we'll be circulating that very soon. What I like that we were able to fit on there, though, is we can list the Jimmy Stewart matinees for the month and some of the repeat and the ongoing monthly events, Friends of the Parks programs, Indiana County Decathlon events. So it really is a nice resource for what's going on in our county.
Yeah, and just a second left, but we've got solar events coming up in the month of April as well, don't we?
That's correct. April 8th is the actual solar eclipse. We'll have a partial eclipse here. We're not in the path of totality. But tomorrow, Friends of the Parks has a virtual solar eclipse program from 12 to 12:45. If that's of interest to you, learning more about that, you can register, and they'll send you a link for that. And please just reach out to our office at the Indiana Mall, the Tourist Bureau office, for more details about that, or the Friends of the Parks. There is a lit night at the Artist Hand this coming up this Friday night, and don't forget about the YMCA Good Friday annual breakfast tomorrow morning. You could still get tickets for that.
Yeah.
Annual event.
Just about out of time with Laura today, but if folks want to check out events that Indiana County Tourist Bureau has listed on the website, that's very easy to do.
Visit indianacountypa.org. And we have more solar eclipse events. Check out the new planetarium at IUP, the Sedgka Planetarium. It's a great show at 11 o'clock on Saturday.
There you go.
Okay.
Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're about a minute away from the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. Fox News is on the way in a couple of seconds, and then Josh Whittison from our WCCS newsroom in our next hour, Indiana County Humane Society and Beth Finnegan stopping by for a visit. It's Indiana in the Morning on WCCS, 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.